वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. I'm Ashok Vyas, remembering Lord Ganapati with you and presenting glimpses of an event organized to support Hindu American Foundation, which is an educational and advocacy organization established in 2003. Dr. Mihir and Suhag Shukla shared the focus of HAF, and audience appreciated the need to have a strong HAF. Assemblywoman Jenrifer Rajkumar presented state proclamation to Dr. Mihir and Suhag Shukla.
The heroes of our community. I mean, I think of the NAACP and I think of Anti-Defamation League. These are known as great civil rights organizations in the United States, and I believe HAF is also in that mold. I mean, first of all, the quality of your thinking is just a gift to the community, to have someone that can understand the legal issues and advocate for Hindu Americans in the American legal system. It's remarkable. I was blown away. And Dr. Megani is really organizing our community and putting us on the political map. And we all know that our community has struggled to gain a seat at the table of power. And I've seen firsthand that he is helping us get those seats. So let's give him a round of applause. I was not expecting to say all of that, but the quality of the presentation was just incredible. So I hope everybody remembers what they heard tonight, because I know HAF is going to become a real force in our country. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jenrifer Rajkumar. I'm the first Indian American woman elected to office in New York State. And I am the first Hindu American elected to office in New York State. And when I first ran for this office, people told me, Jenrifer, you're a nice girl. You have no shot. But we won, and not only did we win, we won by the largest margin of any challenger in the whole state. And as I say often, I pray to Goddess Durga. I bow down all the way to the ground and I asked for her blessings. And she showered me with her blessings. That is how I became the state assemblywoman. Also, my Hindu faith guided me the whole way. My dad would always tell me to focus, like Arjuna in the Mahabharata. He said the 5 Pandav brothers were asked to shoot a bird, but only one of them was successful, and that was Arjuna, of course. And when asked why he was successful, Arjuna said, because I saw only the eye of the bird. So throughout my life, since I was a child, my dad would always say to me, focus on the eye of the bird. To this day, even as I'm elected in office in New York State, he still tells me when I call him, focus on the eye. And we both know what that means. He also used to tell me that in the Ramayana, Ram could not defeat Ravan alone. He needed friends and allies, like Hanuman and the army of monkeys and bears. And he would say to me, you should remember that, because you cannot do any task alone. You need friends and allies. And so throughout my life, I worked hard to build bridges. Because for any task, you need friends and allies. And of course, I say the Gayatri Mantra every day. And whenever I am anxious or overwhelmed, those Sanskrit words in my mind. You all know what I mean. So my faith has gotten me here. My faith is the reason why I was able to go to Penn, to Stanford Law School, to become a civil rights lawyer, and to stand here today. So as a state assemblywoman in my very first term, I introduced a bill to make Diwali a school holiday in New York City. And we are, I'm proud to say, closer than ever to that goal. I've also worked hard to combat some of the anti-Hindu bias that was discussed tonight. And there was recently a destruction of a Gandhi statue at a Hindu temple in my district. That was just a few weeks ago. And I'm proud to say we were able to mobilize the entire city to stand against this act of anti-Hindu hate. Everyone from the mayor of the city of New York to the chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee in Congress, everybody came together, including people in this room. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. They went all the way to the White House, and President Biden actually condemned what happened at the Tulsi Mandir. As we did that, my goal was also to describe who we are. As Hindus, I was always taught when I went to Hindu camp as a child that God is Om. But Om has many forms. Om is Ganesha. Om is Krishna. Om can also be Jesus. Om is Allah. We are an all-inclusive religion. And one thing I've always been proud of is how we are mutually respectful of all. That comes naturally to us. And that's something that I think it's important that everyone in our state knows. So as the first Hindu rep, I've taken it upon myself to get that message out. Also, we are the culture of Gandhi. And it was Gandhi's Hindu principles that guided Martin Luther King, one of the greatest civil rights heroes of America. So, Hindu Americans are part of the civil rights tradition of the United States. And that is something that everybody should know. So, you are all like family to me. There's so much that we could talk about. But you know where to find me. The most important thing that I want to do tonight is to honor Suhag Shukla and Dr. Magani. And they didn't ask me to do this. This is a bit of a surprise. But I am now the state assemblywoman, and I have the power to honor these two great individuals. I just want to say that when I ran for the state assembly, I was surprisingly targeted for being Hindu, which was shocking to me because it has never happened before in my life. And I do remember sitting with my parents, who I'm very close with, as attacks were made, saying that I was Hindutva, a lot of the things that you heard discussed, things that were just ludicrous. And I was all alone at the time, and I had no idea where this was coming from. And then there was a woman, Suhag Shukla, who wrote an article in the paper, identifying what was happening and standing up for me. And standing up for Hindu candidates all around the country. And that was the first time I had heard of Suhag in that moment of crisis. And I will never forget that. Thank you so much again for standing up for me when no one did. No one did, except for Suhag. And we've been great partners ever since. And as I said, Dr. Mihir and our community needs to get organized. If we need to flex our political muscles. And he does it like nobody. The way he brings our community together, that's what we need. To grab a piece of the power pie and to represent our community. And I admire that deeply. So, without further ado, I would like to present these proclamations from the state of New York. These are two exemplary individuals. There are not enough words in the language to describe how accomplished they are, what a gift they are to our community. But the state of New York has memorialized many of their accomplishments, and I'd like to present it to you right now. So, Suhag Shukla. I guess I'll read a little bit. So Suhag says, New York State honors Suhag Shukla. She is a pioneering advocate for the Hindu American community. Inspired by her Hindu faith, she supports the freedom of people of every religion, sexual orientation, and gender. She works with numerous other organizations to promote freedom and justice, including the United Nations, the Department of Homeland Security, the Council on Foreign Relations. She possesses, as we all know, an exemplary education. Every Hindu and all those seeking religious freedom have a guardian and an ally in Suhag Shukla, and therefore be it proclaimed, New York State honors her with this proclamation. And this is for Dr. Mihir and. Thank you for allowing me to do this for you. He's an exemplary physician and advocate for the Hindu American community. As we all know, a co-founder of the Hindu American Foundation. He's an emergency physician. He protects the health of all people in times of crisis. He's provided medical care after major disasters, including the 2001 earthquake in India, the September 11th terrorist attack, and the 2004 Sri Lanka tsunami. He provides his sage advice to the United States government, serving as a member of Department of Homeland Security's Disaster Medical Assistance Team. His accomplishments go on and on. And through all of his incredible altruism, Mihir Megani is inspired by the teachings of his relative, Mahatma Gandhi. And therefore, be it proclaimed in view of all of these outstanding achievements, New York State honors him with this proclamation. Thank you. Congratulations.